Good afternoon. Welcome to our 2014 University of New Orleans Basketball Media Appreciation Day. I added the appreciation in there because we do appreciate you very much, and thank you for taking time out of this Monday afternoon to join us today. We're excited to have each of you here with us to learn a little more about what to expect from our women's and men's basketball teams this upcoming season. We're also thrilled to have our women's players and our men's players here in uniform, ready to give you some great commentary after the press conference here in our arena. We're excited for the season. It's our year 2 in our Southland Conference tenure. We think we learned a lot last year, our first year in, not just on the basketball court, but across all of our programs. We really have appreciated the rivalries that we've been able to continue as a conference member that we, I think, started in the state years and years ago with our state brethren. And we're also excited about the new rivalries that are blossoming with the schools to our west and to our north in the Southland Conference. And thrilled to be part of where the league is going under the leadership of Commissioner Tom Burnett. We're also excited about what we have in store for you this year. We think we have 2 exciting young teams to put out on the floor. We know we have great young people in our program. Our men's, women's student athletes represent our university with integrity and honesty each and every day and perform exceptionally well in the classroom and in the community. And for that, we're very proud and very thankful. But ultimately, I know you all are here today to learn about what to expect on the court, what to expect in competition, and both of our coaches are here to tell you a little more about that in greater detail. At this time, I want to invite up our Assistant SID, Emmanuel Pepis, to tell you a little bit more about the schedule for today and how we'll proceed. Emmanuel?
Thank you, Derek. Just again, a quick rundown of what's going to happen. We are going to have both of our coaches, as Mr. Morrell said, speaking here at the podium. They'll field questions here as well. We'll be starting with our women's coach, Keeshawn Davenport, shortly, and we'll follow with our men's coach, Mark Slessinger, after that. And there will be individual questions fielded here, and if you want players and extra time with coaches, we also have a breakout session that will be on the floor. Just want to introduce our players as well quickly so you get acquainted with who they are when you go up to ask to interview them. So players, when I read your name, just kind of raise your hand. For the women's team, we got Danielle Davis, Octavia Wilson, Yasmin Taylor, Denisha Jackson, Deja Baptiste, and Randy Brown. And for the men's team, we have Kevin Brown, Kevin Hill, Terrence Sion, Christavius Gill, Nate Fry, and Tevin Broyles. So those are the players we got today, and at this time, I'd like to introduce our head women's basketball coach, Keeshawn Davenport.
Thank you, Manny, and good evening, good afternoon to everyone who's assembled today to help us celebrate our 2014 Media Day. This is an exciting time for us. We are just anticipating and looking forward to a great season. As many people know, we had a tough year on last year, but we regathered ourselves for the spring, came up with a new slogan, and we're ready to go. This is a new year. And we have a new mindset. We have some new faces, and we're about to go new places because we are the University of New Orleans. And with that being said, we've added to our staff new coaches. I'm happy to welcome aboard Coach Tamika Reed, who comes to us from Louisiana Tech, brought with her a wealth of experience, has been great to our staff so far in the recruiting area. She's the post coach now and has done nothing but great things since she has stepped foot on this campus. We also have added to our staff Amber Clay, who played last year as a player. Very exciting. She still can relate to those who are playing, but also on the other side help them to understand what is expected from the coaches. And then we have returning Coach Alpha English, who will be moving to coach the guards this year, and also continue with the energy that he brings to the court. With these new faces that come to the team this year, I'm excited about the new freshmen that are coming in. We are, as Derek Morrell said, we are still a young team. We only have 1 senior, we have 4 juniors, we have 7 sophomores, and we have 6 freshmen. So we are still a very young team, but those freshmen receive a lot of playing time on last year, so they have a wealth of court experience. And then with the freshmen that are coming in this year, they have brought in a new energy and a new excitement. So we're just ready and to go get this thing started. We will have 13 home games this year and 14 on the road. We will open on November the 14th with West Alabama. Looking forward to that game. That's going to be at the Human Performance Center. We get to go back to the Chamber of Horrors. We're excited about starting over there together and get some excitement going on campus and get our faculty, staff, and students right there at a happy hour time. We'll be starting that game at 5 o'clock. So we're looking forward to that. And then we have a pretty tough schedule coming up after that. We'll go on the road and play Jacksonville State, and then we'll play our first game in the fine confines here of the Lakefront Arena versus Mississippi State on November the 29th. After we finish up in November, we'll go to December and play Grand Canyon on the road, play Crawley Ridge at home, and then we have a 3-game tough road swing versus Oklahoma State that went to the Sweet 16 last year. Then we'll follow that up with Tulsa, and right before we have our Christmas break, we'll have Alabama. That conference, that part of our schedule is really tough, but I do believe that it will prepare us for our conference. For our opening weekend conference, we'll play 3 games in 5 days. So with having that 3 games in 6 days stretch right before Christmas break, hopefully our players will get that experience and know how to handle that situation. But again, we're so excited about this year. Again, just expect to see these young ladies playing much harder than they did last year, with a greater energy, greater excitement, and ready to do great things on this year. I will open up this time if anyone have any questions. All right. Thank you so much. And coming up is Manny.
Thank you, Coach Davenport. I'd like to also remind you, we do have media packets as well. If you didn't pick one up already, they're on the table. On your way out, also our individual breakout sessions. If you go through the double doors and take a right and just follow your way onto the court. At this time, we'd like to introduce our head men's basketball coach, Mark Slessinger.
Appreciate it. It's good to be back, and glad everybody came out today. You know, I always like to start these with a little story. My mom and dad were down the other day. They've been married, I guess it was 51 years this year, so they've got a collection of odds and ends, as any parents that have children have in their attics. And they came up with a note. They cleaned out their attic and they found a notepad from when I was in junior high school, where I had drawn up plays for the Indiana versus Purdue game that I was supposed to give to Coach Knight. Obviously, I never quite got those to Coach Knight, and I think if I remember right, if the notes were correct, we did not win that game that day. We being me as a 7th grader, Indiana versus Purdue. So probably if he would have took my notes, he might have had a chance. So, but the reason I tell you that story is this is you guys that have been around me long enough, they ask me, Coach, how you doing? I say the same thing every day. I'm living the dream, correct, Terrence? Every day. To me, this is a dream job. It's a dream opportunity. I live in the city that I've always dreamed of living in. We get a chance to raise our family in the city that we love. I get to pull up to this world-class facility in Lakefront Arena every day and pinch myself that this is really happening. This is really the gym I get to coach in and work with incredible student athletes in. That being said, we get to play an incredible non-conference schedule this year. We get an opportunity to compete for a league championship, and we get an opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament and compete to win the national championship. So it's a great opportunity for us. You think back about playing a national schedule, playing at Indiana University. You think about going to Texas A&M the day after Thanksgiving, after they play LSU in football. We play them at noon the next day. You think about our second game of the year traveling to Fort Worth to play Texas Christian. You think about going and playing Southern Illinois, flying to the West Coast and playing San Diego, and going to the Mountain Time Zone and playing the University of Denver, our old Sun Belt foe. We're going to play in all 4 time zones. In the non-conference schedule, I want to give our student athletes as rich a student athlete experience as we can. and being able to take them to 4 time zones, being able to put them on national TV, being able to create memories and opportunities for them to play and win like we did last year at UTEP on the road is a great challenge for us. What it also does is it also feeds us an opportunity to win the Southern Conference, to put our guys in challenging opportunities where they can learn at a quicker rate, to get out of the friendly confines of Lakefront Arena and challenge themselves and be able to play at a high level. You look back and you see how we progressed last year where we were able to win 6 out of 8 in our middle stretch of league play. I think that was a great indicator of the talent, the young talent that we have in our program and what we have our capabilities being. We got a 14-man roster, 5 of them are upperclassmen, 9 are underclassmen. We returned 6 letter winners. Senior Terrence Sion, who might be our most improved player in our program, the commitment that he made from the day the season ended last year going forward to today has been dynamic and been incredible. He's turned himself from a single-dimensional player into a multi-dimensional player that I think can really do a lot of things for us, and I think you guys will be excited to see. We're able to add Kevin Brown, who I think who was the steal of, if there was a recruiting class for graduate students, he was the steal of the recruiting class in the country. Here's a guy that played every position at the guard spot for the University of Louisiana Lafayette last year, who had a great run and went to the NCAA tournament. He's a guy for us that will play every position, arguably on the floor at one point or another. He'll be our most cerebral player, our best passer, probably our best spot-up shooter. Chris Davis will argue with him about that. Definitely, he's a big addition to us, so we're very, very blessed to have him. Kevin Hill's a junior forward from Metropolitan Westwego. You guys are allowed to laugh then. That's Metro Westwego, Andrew Lopez. Okay, home of Lowe's Pizza. You're aware of that too? Okay. So Kevin's from Metro Westwego. He's averaged a double-double in his last final 6 Southern Conference games last year. Was second in the league in rebounding. He's an honor student at a 3.189. Pushing through 3.2 to be able to be eligible for academic all-conference. On track to graduate at the end of the year and start his master's degree. Kevin Brown is also in graduate school right now, so we're very, very proud of that. Our sophomore trio that's represented today, Gustavus Gill is a sophomore from Alexandria, Louisiana. He averaged 10 a game in league play last year as a dynamic scorer and maybe the most exciting player under 5'8.5" in the country, without a doubt. Tevin Brawl started 17 out of our 18 league games, and Nate Fry averaged over 10 minutes at point guard for us as a true freshman last year. So it's a dynamic group of sophomores, and you add in 4 key freshmen that you'll see this year that are fighting tooth and nail with these guys, these upperclassmen and returns for every minute that they got. You're going to see a lot different team in February than you'll see in November, December. You're going to see in November and December a team that's going to be playing through bumps in the road. We're going to play through challenges. We're going to play through mistakes. We're going to see things happen that you won't see happen in February. What you'll see in February is you'll see a very experienced team. The 4 freshmen will now have enough minutes that they should be considered sophomores. Our sophomores will be considered juniors by their total minutes played. And you'll see a team that's very, very dynamic, very exciting, and really, really plays unselfish. Our short amount of time that we've practiced this year has been great. Every minute that we've been out there, I've been very, very happy and excited about it. Our league is tough. It's going to be a great rivalry for us each and every night going into this, and I couldn't be more excited about the growth and the progress we've made moving forward in our conference and with our program as a whole. To be able to have 1,000 in our academic progress rating a year ago, to be over 900 at 944 in our last APR cycle, to do all the things that we're supposed to do off the court and in the classroom, it's been really, really good to create a culture within this program that honors our city and honors our university and the people that work here and are part of it. So I'm very, very humbled to be here and be your coach, and I'll open it up to questions before. Hopefully you guys take advantage and talk to the student athletes. They're the stars of the show, not me. So I'll open it up to any questions. Yeah, you want to do it on court? Yeah. Okay, all right, good. I'll let Derek direct us from here. Thank you all for coming. It means the world to me. Thanks.